My dear students, 90 to 95% of your chemistry paper in the NEET 2026 examination is going to come from these topics, which I'm going to give you in the today's session. So watch this particular video till the end. It's very short and precise, but please and please take advantage of these particular topics, which I'll be giving you chapter-wise in this particular session. Again, I'm telling you, 90 to 95% of your chemistry paper in your NEET 2026 will be out of the topics which I'll be giving you right now. So directly have a look on the first slide, my dear students. If you do not know the overall paper pattern in your organic chemistry, every year almost 14 to 18 questions will be asked. In your physical chemistry, 14 to 16 questions will be asked. And in your inorganic chemistry, again 10 to 14 questions will be asked every year when it comes to the chemistry section of the NEET paper. And my dear students, take note of this particular point as well. Class 12th chemistry, that dominates. What does that mean? That means your 55 to 60% of the chemistry paper comprises of your class 12th chemistry, particularly when it comes to the class 12th organic, which is high weightage. So before moving on to the next thing, let's have a look on the chapter-wise most important topics which you are not going to miss at any cost. My dear students, if the question comes from GOC, it is going to come from these topics. If the question is framed from GOC, it's going to come from these topics. If you want to have a look on the topics as well, a UPSC nomenclature, particularly which questions, wherein multiple functional groups are attached. Okay, questions on structural isomerism, questions on geometrical as well as optical isomerism. Resonance, hyperconjugation is important. Stability of carbocation, carbanion, and free radical is very important. If the question is framed from your GOC, it will be from these particular topics. This is 90 to 95% probability, my dear students. The next one, hydrocarbon. If you look at the hydrocarbon, from your alkanes, its mechanism of free radical halogenation. From alkenes and alkynes, Markovnikov's anti-Markovnikov's rule and mechanism of electrophilic addition. Similarly, mechanism of electrophilic substitution, particularly nitration and halogenation, and direct influence of substituents on the benzene ring. Again, this is something short from the chapter hydrocarbons. Do not miss any topic out of these particular topics from the chapter hydrocarbon. And my dear students, from hydrocarbon chapter, every year almost 3 to 4 questions are asked. In your GOC also 2 to 3 questions are asked every year. Similarly, haloalkanes, haloarenes. Pay attention on distinguishing SN1 and SN2 reactions. So you should know how to distinguish SN1, SN2 reactions. Practice questions on conversion of haloalkanes to other functional groups. So conversion basically of haloalkanes to other functional groups from this particular chapter 1 to 2 questions will be asked. My dear students, alcohols, phenols, ethers. Again, high weightage only. Dehydration of alcohols, important. Identification tests for 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alcohols, which involves your Lucas test. Electrophilic substitution, that, for example, you have got bromination, you have got nitration. Reimer-Tamin reaction you have. Williamson ether synthesis you have. Again, from this particular chapter, 2 to 3 questions will be asked. Okay, and question will be asked from these topics only. Just mind it. My dear students, aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids. Again, 2 to 3 questions from this chapter. The topics which you have to prioritize, which you cannot skip at any cost, that is aldol condensation, Cannizzoro's reaction, Clemmensen reduction, Wolff-Kishner reduction, distinguishing tests like your tolerance test, silver mirror, you have got Fallon solution, and again, acidic strength of carboxylic acids. These are the short topics which are frequently asked in the NEET examination. This year also, if the question is asked in this chapter, it will be framed from these topics only. Similarly, you have got amines. Basic strength of amines. From amines, you get minimum 1 question. Basic strength of amines, right? Particularly in the gaseous phase and aqueous phase. Then you have got Hoffman bromide degradation for preparing amines and diazotization reaction, which is formation of diazonium salt, right? Biomolecules, 1 question short, easy as well. Structure of glucose fructose, DNA RNA difference, functions of vitamins, very simple and basic. Mole concept, stoichiometry, basic mole convergence, empirical molecular formula, concentration terms. 2 to 3 questions, my dear students. Atomic structure, Bohr's model, hydrogen spectrum, calculation of nodes, psi and psi square for 1s and 2s. Again, 2 questions short in this particular chapter. Similarly, my dear students, periodic table, 1 question guaranteed from this particular one as well. Identification of period group, ionization energy, electron affinity. Question is going to ask from these topics only. Chemical bonding, 4 to 5 questions. Very high weightage, 4 to 5 questions. Fajan's rules, hybridization, shape and geometry, and molecular orbital theory, which involves your bond order, bond parameters, right? Again, the question will be framed from these topics only. Similarly, you have got thermodynamics. Again, I would say some 3 questions, 3 to 4 questions I'll keep, right, for thermodynamics as well. So you have got heat and work, relation between delta H, delta U, isothermal work, adiabatic work, entropy, Gibbs free energy, enthalpy of combustion, enthalpy of formation, enthalpy of neutralization, bond energy, enthalpy of solution, right? Similarly, my dear students, when it comes to equilibrium, characteristic of characteristic of equilibrium constant, your KP/Kc calculation, Le-Chatelier principle, pH calculation, solubility product, right? Again, from this particular chapter, 3 to 4 questions will be asked. Solution. From solution, 1 to 2 question I'll keep, right? And in the solution, you have to study Raoult's law, ideal, non-ideal solution, and the colligative properties. I'm not specifying a single colligative property. Colligative property, all the 4 you will have to study, because any colligative property can be asked. Similarly, kinetics, experimental determination of order, questions based on zero order reactions, questions based on first order reactions, and questions based on Arrhenius equation. Again, from this chapter, minimum 2 questions. Electrochemistry, 2 to 3 questions minimum. 2 to 3 questions minimum. Significance of electrode potential plays a vital role. EMF calculation using Nernst equation, electrolysis and its laws, which is Faraday's first law and second law, and Kohl-Ross law and its applications. Again, the short, my dear students, short topics from these chapters. When it comes to redox reaction, I'll keep 1 question in redox. You just have to study oxidation state through structures. You have to study balancing of redox reactions. You have to study redox titration as well. When it comes to D block, your KMNO4, K2Cr2, these are 2 important compounds which you cannot skip. Then you have got lengthenide contraction. This is again short. From this particular one, again minimum 1 question. 1 to 2 questions you can keep from this chapter as well. Similarly, coordination chemistry, high weightage, 3 to 4 questions, my dear students, from this particular chapter. IUPAC nomenclature of your coordination compounds, valence bond theory, crystal field theory, and isomerism. These are the short topics from this particular chapter as well. So, my dear students, I am telling you, I'm giving you 100% assurance, your 90 to 95% of your chemistry paper will be consisting of these topics only. Questions will be framed from these topics only, right? As per my experience. So do not skip a single concept. And if you want the PDF of this particular session, that's something I'll be sharing on my Telegram, which is Wassim Bhat Chemistry Official. WASSIMBHAT Chemistry Official is the name of the Telegram channel on which I shall be sharing the PDF of this particular session as well. So if you want more sessions like this, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and do not forget to like the session as well. So with this, I'll be taking leave. You take care. God bless you all and love you all. Bye-bye.